classified ones, it is technically number 10.
But it's called X instead of Mortal Kombat 10.
That's right.
Why is that?
You know, X stands for a number of things, I guess. You know, obviously 10, the Roman numeral 10. Mm-hmm. Sure. It is kind of like, you know, X for next, which is like, you know, next generation consoles.
Good.
There's the next generation characters. You know, we have the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade in the game, which is kind of like that next generation of fighters.
Cool.
And so there's just a number of meanings of the word X with this game.
So we've got a couple developers that are here going to play some matches for us.
Yeah, they're going to give us a good demonstration of kind of new features in the game. Right here, you could see two new characters. Cassie Cage on the left and Devora is on the right. We're going to give you like a demonstration of how they fight. They have these things called variations on the characters, which are going to give you a little bit of a demonstration on how 3 different versions of every character exist in the game. Cool. That's what we're really excited about.
Are we going to see? Are there any old environments returning?
Right now, all of the environments that we have are brand new. You know, as a matter of fact, this version of the game we're introducing 4 new characters to the mix. This one is called the Cove, which we've misspelled with a C, unfortunately. We'll change that before we ship the game. And it really gives you an idea of some of the environmental things that you can do in the game. There are some of these posts that are in the game. You'll notice that some of the characters can actually jump off of them, kind of create, you know, maneuvering themselves through the environment. The versions of the characters that you see here as well. You know, you could see Cassie Cage, her hands are kind of glowing green. That's the brawler version of her. She has another one called, you know, Hollywood, where she's wearing sunglasses and she has a different set of moves. So it really mixes things up, the fact that there are 3 versions of every character in the game.
And do you pick a version at the start of a match?
Exactly. Well, when we go to the player select, we'll show you it. When you pick a character, the next thing you do is pick one of 3 versions of that character. We call them variations.
Okay. So I gotta say, this level looks incredible. The waves with the burning ship in the background, the skull face on the mountain. Yeah, you know, I guess for that body there, I don't know if we'll be able to, you can actually grab it out of the air and throw it at your opponent. You know, there's a lot of, we really feel like the kind of like the graphic fidelity's the entry point in it, but then we kind of have to, you know, at that point, you know, bring something new to the table. You're going to notice on the left side there, Devora can actually run up the wall. I'll show you in a bit here. Like to kind of escape a situation. There's also you can grab that barrel there and throw it. But there's a number of ways that you can kind of, you know, leverage yourself in the environment to get the best of it there. So what do we need to know about the? Oh, here we go. Watch this. Kneecaps, headshots.
He sticks bubble gum in the wound there.
Okay, that was really good. That was awesome.
Yeah.
You must have so much fun coming up with the fatalities.
You know, we have these fatality meetings, and you know, one of our designers, you know, he presented that idea. We were like, yeah, we got to do it. You know, it's just really clever little things like that.
Are you ever just in the shower in the morning and you're like, oh, I've got a really good idea for a way to kill people?
A lot of people on the team just offer up these crazy ideas. If we were talking about the variations of characters, so you know, this character on the left here, he has very different versions. Each one has their own, you know, like unique moves that they can do. Okay. They all share a certain kind of base moves, but then layered on top of that is so normally, like in a fighting game, you kind of think, you know, okay, Sub-Zero, he's a good match for Raiden, and Raiden is a good matchup for, you know, Johnny Cage. This really kind of layers it even deeper, where like, you know, version A of Sub-Zero might be a good match for version C of Scorpion, and adds a lot more variables to the whole mix, and the kind of like the palette of what the player has to use.
Who is this new character?
His name is Kotal Kahn, and he's kind of like, you know, this Aztec warrior. Ferra Torr is kind of like a big hulking creature with a little lady who he takes commands from, but also uses as a weapon. So he can throw her, and he can, you know, do combos with her in the middle of the game. So you're going to see he's got a pretty cool combo here.
Surely Surely someone on the team is a fan of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, because I get a Master Blaster vibe.
Yeah. So like when she gets knocked off, she has to run and kind of jump back on her shoulder. So there's a little period of time when you don't have those particular moves, and so it's Ferra Torr is one of our most unique and diverse characters that we've had in the game. See the old lady there, standing there. You can actually pick her up and throw her at the opponent there as well.
She's fallen and she can't get up, I think.
Yeah, she's done. She's pretty much done.
Again, this map looks beautiful. What's this one called?
Yeah, this is called the Outworld Marketplace. We're as excited as we are about these. This is a great X-ray move. Nice. As excited as we are about these, environments and the graphics, we really kind of feel like that's the entry point, with next gen and all that. We really wanted to add something new to the gameplay. Oh,
it's brutal.
You can jump off the tiger that's laying there too. You'll see.
Were the X-rays introduced in the last Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
It's good to see them back.
Yeah, one of the things that really worked well with Mortal Kombat 9, which was 2011 Mortal Kombat, is we had this meter that let you enhance your special moves, do breakers, and do the X-ray moves, and that was received really well. So our strategy with the gameplay was to kind of layer on top of that the variations of the characters, and so we really feel like there's just a really deep mechanic we have in there.
Very nice. Subtle. Very subtle.
Yeah. So yeah, at its heart, we have so many new elements, but at its heart, it's still Mortal Kombat. We're really
pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we're adding a lot of new blood to the characters.
Nice. Very
good.
Very good.
There, so.
All right, who are we gonna? We're gonna see a couple old favorites here.
Yeah, we can show you Scorpion and Sub-Zero for people who are familiar with those two characters.
This level is called the Snow Forest.
Yeah, this is Snow Forest. We've had forests in Mortal Kombat in some ways. This one is a good example of some of the leveraging that you can do, like in combination. What's cool too is the characters. All the characters acknowledge the other fighter. They all talk to each other in the beginning, so it's like this little conversation, and it really adds like a nice little nuance to the mechanic. So you're going to notice this. The tree branch that's hanging over there. You can actually jump and grab that branch, swinging it over, kind of getting like momentum with leverage there. You can throw the log over, and on the left there's a tree stump that you can kind of like long jump off of. So you see him jump off the thing. Yeah. You can grab this tree branch here and hit you with it. There you go.
Nice.
A lot of big cinematic moments, and the leveraging stuff is something that we're really excited about. It really keeps like the action going and makes it a lot less of a predictable outcome, based on the fight. And so this, one thing to keep in mind is visually every one of these variations of characters, they have their own part of their costume that kind of identifies them. The Scorpion or Sub-Zero, he has this glowing mask, and that shows you that it's kind of like the unbreakable one, the more defensive one that he has there. And Scorpion, his arms are kind of on fire. There are other versions of Scorpion that have different costume elements that are a way to identify, which one it is. He pulls out his entrails there and it stabs him in the eye when it freezes it.
Really good one.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you've seen Scorpion's X-ray too. He's got a...
Mortal Kombat's one of those games. It's as fun to watch as it is to play.
Yeah,
you cannot say that about every game.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a great party game too. You know.
Oh. Oh well, it happens.
Yeah, so we're really excited about like all the added layers that we've added onto the game. With these character variations and the environment leveraging.
Well, I wanted to ask. The last Mortal Kombat was very well received. So when it came time to start this one, like where did you start from? What was the idea that this is what we want to do with Mortal Kombat X?
Yeah, it was funny. The last Mortal Kombat game, who would have thought that 20 years after the game came out, we'd have the best-selling one. Yeah. Like it sold better than than MK2, MK1,
awesome.
all of those things. And so we really got kind of nervous about how you follow something like that up. And so our strategy was really to introduce a bunch of new elements, but also kind of maintain the things that people really embraced with Mortal Kombat 9. So we really feel like it's a new experience. All these new characters are really are really fun to kind of add into the mix of Mortal Kombat. Our story's great. We're going to be we're going to be it covers different periods of time. One of which is 25 years in the future. So you're going to be seeing like older versions of some of the characters, and you see their offspring. And I said, Cassie Cage there is Sonya Blade's daughter. Johnny Cage's daughter. And very cool.
Yeah, it seemed in 9 you put a lot of care into the character stories and their cinematics. Is all that stuff returning for this one?
Oh yeah, that's a huge part of again, one of the things that for 2011 Mortal Kombat that people really embraced was the whole story mode and being able to tell an elaborate cinematic story.
Now, are we seeing different variations for Cassie Cage and Ferra Torr here?
Absolutely. Before you noticed that her hands were kind of glowing.
Right.
This is her Spec Ops variation, whereas Ferra Torr, he doesn't have her on his back in this one. So all those moves that he was using where he was swinging her around and throwing her, those are replaced with other unique moves to him. And it's a different, he's way more of an in-your-face brawler type of thing as opposed to a long-range one that's kind of jumping. She can call in, missiles from the special forces and come bombing on the opponent. And again, you have a different strategy when you fight against the Spec Ops version of Cassie Cage than like the Hollywood version. So it's a really
Mortal Kombat, like there aren't many video game franchises that are still going, 20 years later.
Yeah, like I said, I was just, we were so happy with how people embraced the last one, which came out, close to 20 years to the day of the first one. So it's so cool that people still love it.
What do you think it is that makes it so enduring?
I really think part of it is we're not afraid to change things up, introduce new elements to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we're maintaining things that kind of, the DNA of the game. And there's this nostalgic feel that people have.
There's that too,
like when they just remember themselves in an arcade somewhere or a pizza place, where they first played the game, they first saw the fatality. There's a lot of that combination of nostalgia and new stuff. So.
I mean, that's part of it too, right?
Yeah. And then there's fatalities.
It showcases some of the most creative violence, maybe we could say, in all video games. Ed Boon, when is Mortal Kombat X going to be out?
Right now, we've only announced that it's going to be coming out in 2015.
Next year.
We haven't selected an exact date yet, but I'm sure you guys will be the first to know.
First to know on IGN. Ed, thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks for having us.
Game looks great.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.